one here. But these are top 5 conundrums about the Final Four. And these are mostly me, but maybe some other fans have them. Number 5, why don't I like Brady Manick? I don't know why I don't like him. I mean, I guess, the game I saw him in person, he got ejected for throwing an elbow. But normally it doesn't bother me. I didn't have a problem with Bill Laimbeer, and that's what he did. But there's something about Brady Manick that I don't like.
Well, he looks like a crazy man.
Maybe it is. I don't know. What do you think it is, Armstrong?
I wouldn't like him if he wasn't for North Carolina. I think he's just too animated. People just don't like
that's
players who are super animated because then it stirs up some emotions.
Have you seen his facial changes or his hair changes since he was a freshman at Oklahoma?
Yeah.
He was a pretty good player at OU.
Yeah,
that's a nice transfer for North Carolina. I don't mind him. I mean, I know that Baylor fans got a little fed up with him, but he's R.J. Davis was good. Baycott was okay. Manick won that game for them, and then almost lost it too. Yeah.
His presence was keeping them, blowing them out, and his absence was what turned the game around. Number 4, should we be sad there's no Cinderella?
No, because there's usually not.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think maybe a lot of fans might be feeling a little sad because St. Peter's, if you're one of these people who's like, I just want to see a double-digit seed win this thing, I really want it. St. Peter's got as close as anyone has ever had into doing that and then didn't, because they ran up against North Carolina, who has completely reinvented themselves of the second half of the season.
There haven't been many double-digit seeds. St. Peter's obviously is one of them. LSU was the first. And I remember that was kind of a gritty team. They were 11 seed. George Mason, Virginia Commonwealth. Syracuse was a 10 seed. Loyola Chicago 4 years ago. And UCLA last year.
Yeah.
They were a play-in team.
Yeah. But it's hard to, UCLA, you feel like, but again, it's UCLA.
No, but that was a hell of a story because they were first 4 in. But Loyola Chicago, Cinderella. Syracuse, no. Virginia Commonwealth were, there aren't many.
Yeah.
St. Peter's had their run. How about the entire team showed up?
For Shaheen Holloway's press conference.
For Shaheen Holloway's press conference at Seton Hall. That was pretty cool.
Also shows you how small the state of New Jersey is.
Yeah, that's true.
Not that big of a problem for them to go. Number 3, which blue blood should you pull for? I mean, if you're a fan, like, who do you... look, I know in my house, there's only one acceptable answer to this question. So I have to recuse myself because I'm cheering for Kansas. And I say that, and normally, if I don't have a dog in the hunt, I don't have a dog in the hunt. But I have a dog in the hunt. It's my personal happiness.
I don't care who wins. I guess I'm going to go against the anti of all and say I'd love to see Jay Wright and Villanova win. I like him. I like him a lot. I like that program. They're a new up-and-coming type, blue blood, like trying to get to that point. They won it back with Rolly Massimino in 85. But I don't care if Duke wins it or Carolina. I'm not going to have like, oh my God, I can't. It's not going to make me have heartburn. For Armstrong's sake, he's going to the game tomorrow night. I wish you the best.
Thank you. There are 3 of those teams that I would be so happy to see win this. Yeah.
It almost looks like it spells the word dove or something like that.
It actually does, yeah. But I think besides North Carolina, my second team I would want is Kansas.
Here's I'm going to test some people's hypocrisy here. When Baylor was playing for the national championship, you saw a lot of fans, hey, you should want it because of the Big 12. Baylor fan. All right, how many Baylor fans or how many Big 12 fans want Kansas? In basketball terms, you're probably a little bit like worn out with that. If they win it, great for the Big. If we really want the Big 12 to be better, then we all need to. Again, Alabama does not want Auburn women. I get that, but hey, Kansas wins it, they win it.
There's only one school that could be in the Final Four of the Big 12 that I would root against, and I think we all know that's Texas. But anybody else, I'd be fine with. Sure. Then I'd be fine. I'm totally fine.
I'd be great with that.
But before I started dating Amanda, I liked Bill Self. I always thought he was, I know there's a lot of people that don't like him. He's a super chill dude.
Anyone coming from a completely Baylor biased perspective should cheer for Kansas because a team you play twice a year, probably 3 times a year, being the reigning national champion, just adding to the resume, that only lifts you up.
Back-to-back Big 12 teams have win the national championship if that happens. But I guarantee you, There are some because of jealousy, even though Baylor's the reigning champion, and because of the, you're just worn out with Kansas, that won't be because of that. And so if they win it, good for them. And God, good for you.
Yes. Yeah.
And Woodrow.
They don't.
Yeah. They don't.
Right.
Look, if Villanova wins, I might have to take her on like an immediate vacation, where I just take her.
Why would you want to go anywhere where she can bury you?
Well, I mean, that way I can protect myself.
On a vacation.
I mean, if I do something nice, then I'm okay. Maybe I can put her next to Jay Wright.
I think by you offering a vacation if they lose is almost insulting. Oh, you're going to fool me because I'm in a bad mood?
Well, you know what? And here's the thing. That you're probably right because she's going to watch this and go, well, we should take one if they win then.
There you go.
Yeah. She's very upset that we couldn't go. Very upset.
Did you try?
I tried.
$1,500 a ticket?
It was just too steep.
$5,000 a ticket.
It was just too steep. I mean, even
Armstrong, can you share how much yours was, or is that against
how much my ticket was?
Yeah.
I actually have no idea.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So
what would have been too much?
Well, it's none of that. It's the it's going and staying through the weekend in a hotel, which, I tried to get a credential so that, so I could cover it for us too.
That's against the rules.
No, I mean, I was going to get a credential and cover it for us, but I mean, we were out of that a long time ago where we would even been in the, the circle.
Sleep in the car.
I should have sold my ticket and then it would have paid for my college.
There you go. Yeah, you probably could. I think with those teams that were there this weekend, and it's in New Orleans, and there's beautiful weather, and everything's kind of opened up, you probably could.
Yeah. Number 2, does the college basketball world owe the ACC an apology? We asked Terrence Oglesby this on Monday, and he said no.
He played at Clemson, covers the ACC.
He said no, but I do think that. I mean, maybe sometimes we get to, this conference is bad this year. Well, does it matter until you start the tournament? It only really matters how good you are in these 3 weeks.
Listen, a team can be average or so and get hot, win the championship, and that isn't, the regular season doesn't matter. But when you measure conferences, it can't just be over a 3-week run. Well, now, again, they had a hell of a run. And maybe a surprising run if you think about it. Now what happens is Duke and North Carolina are actually performing to where they should have been. Mm-hmm. So they underachieved during the regular season. Yeah. Although Duke has won 32 games.
Yeah. And number 1, should we want Coach K to win it?
Ooh, this is a
polarizing question here. And I can tell you, I mean, as a person who was an ACC alum, no, I don't want Coach K to win.
No, you weren't. When they were Florida State was in the ACC at the time.
When I was at school, yeah.
Well, they were in the ACC. I thought they were independent.
No, we were in the ACC.
Oh, no wonder you got all the favorable calls against Nebraska in '93.
Well, that was their first year in the ACC, I think. Or 90,
there you go, because of that.
But yeah, they were in the ACC, and so I don't know. I mean, I've booed him too much in person as a student to where I could just turn around and like him now.
He's one of those that when I was young, when he was younger,
dislike him personally, but
he took over a program that used to be the cute and cuddly. Yeah. They used to be they're so cute, Duke. Then they beat UNLV when they were unbeaten, went on to win the national championship. Then they became the evil empire. And there's a lot of people that just don't like Duke because they're snotty and arrogant. At least there's a perception. That doesn't mean that's true.
Tell you, 19-year-old Paul said some really rude things to Steve Wojciechowski.
So
really rude.
There are certain schools that get kind of that, that perception. And he became the evil empire. But you know what? I got to say this, whether you like him or not, the son of a gun's in the Final Four, had no idea they were going to be there. He has a team that probably underachieved a little bit towards the end. The loss to North Carolina woke him up. North Carolina, if Duke wins the national title, blame it on the Tar Heels.
That's actually
because they blank slapped him into reality.
That's actually very true.
It's very true. All right, Paul.
If you like joy, you should not want Coach K to win.
If he wins
if you like things that are good and happy, you should want Coach K to lose.
Look, Armstrong.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things that aren't good and happy anymore. Yeah,
as a person who is
look at that picture.
Very petty when it comes to sports fans or sports teams that I don't like, I can support you in this, buddy. I can allow your pettiness. Because I can out-petty you.
It's a completely, there is no way am I even remotely trying to be unbiased or have journalistic integrity.
You don't have to. When it comes to fandom, the journalistic integrity goes out the window.
Yeah. Okay.
I just wish that one day, while I still am in journalism or in broadcasting, that any team that I like puts me in a position to maybe cross that line. Because right now, I never have to worry about that. because my teams all suck. All right, Paul, very well done.
Nebraska. Here's the thing. Nebraska's the best one.
Do you know that there was some sort of a site?
I mean, it's tough.
Exactly. There was a site that put up the top 130 combination of men's basketball and football rankings. They were 125th.
Ugh.
Their basketball team was worse than that god-awful 3-9 football team. That says it all. All right, for Paul.